I'm not gonna say yes right now.
The night was long, but it's
Mornings come early, same routine day after day. But sometimes when a routine lasts too long, it starts feeling like a trap.
A brand new day, it's time to go.
They say life is about the little moments. But what if the little moments aren't enough anymore? What if it's time for something bigger?
Ain't no chains, ain't no fear. Something good is drawing near.
A simpler life, a slower pace. It's a nice thought. But thoughts don't change things. Actions do.
Ain't sure where, but I'm bound to be heading somewhere that's good for me. Oh, the morning light is shining bright, golden rays cut through the night. Ain't no chains, ain't no fear. Something good is drawing near.
The house always feels different after she leaves. Like something's missing, or maybe like something's waiting.
Ain't sure where, but I'm bound to be heading somewhere that's good for me.
Just needs to be warmed up.
Shining bright, golden rays cut through the night. Ain't no doubt.
Every morning looks the same. Tea, chores, podcast prep, rinse and repeat. But what if today was the start of something different?
But the wind is soft, the road feels wide, and I'm ready now to take that.
Funny thing about choices, they don't just tell you where you're going, they tell you who you are. Some people look at land and see roots, a place to settle. Others, they see an anchor, something holding them in place. But then there are the dreamers, the ones who look at a map and don't see lines and borders. They see possibilities, they see motion. And that's when the real question hits. Do you plant yourself in one place, or do you chase the current and see where it takes you? Meet Ethan, the youngest of the young bloods. Lover of video games, self-proclaimed future husband of Billie Eilish, and the undisputed king of comebacks. He also never misses an opportunity to remind Devin that he's bald, which for the record, he is.
Yeah.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah. It's only 1.
It's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. What you doing?
I'm just looking at stuff.
Don't have any more.
See all this? Everything? This is what I want. This is exactly what I want.
So you want to have a store like this?
I want everything like this.
So you want a store?
Dried flowers. Okay, so that property that I sent you, we can totally make that into this. The dried flowers, the fruit, the fresh baked breads. We can sell cookies and jams, all that. And like they're having back there, they're having like a little congratulations, you're engaged. We can do receptions and things like that. That would be amazing. Put up like white lights that go across and everything.
So that's the change that you're looking for.
That's what I want.
That's the change. You want all that, and then he wants that.
And he wants that.
Look how fat that one is, Ethan.
This brown one?
The pregnant one. dad over there's like, yeah, heck yeah, I did all that. So I'm not against it. But I've got an idea too. I'll show you that when we get home.
Timing is a funny thing. The right idea at the wrong time, that's just a daydream. The wrong idea at the right time, that's a mistake waiting to happen. But when the right idea meets the right moment, that's when everything changes. The trick is knowing whether the moment you're in is telling you to hold on or let go.
You like this property a lot, obviously.
Yes, I do. That's the one I emailed you?
This is the one you emailed me.
That's one I like.
But like we talked about when we were at the dog park, this would be an idea too.
How many bedrooms was that?
This particular one has 3 bedrooms, 3 staterooms, technically straight staterooms. Because it's fancy, they call them staterooms.
Bedrooms?
Bedrooms.
It's pretty.
Obviously, it's not a farm.
Far from a farm. Way far from a farm.
It's got 2 Caterpillar engines in it.
And this is for what?
So I'm thinking we move into a boat. We live on the boat for a year.
For how?
Hear me out. For a year. It allows us to continue to work,
Okay.
make some money,
Okay.
cut down on our expenses.
Okay.
While we're cutting down our expenses, we can pocket that money that we're going to cut down on our expenses for.
Okay.
We turn around from cutting down our expenses and we pay cash for a house or a property to build a house.
Can we build a house while on the boat?
That's a possibility. Just comes down to the budget. Because this piece of property that you sent me here is literally just like $10,000 cheaper than this boat.
Yeah.
And there's no house on the property. So we'd have to build.
Morning hums a quiet tune. The sky is painted soft and blue. Ain't no
We can
We
do,
can discuss it.
there's a lot of things we can do also.
Discuss it.
Well, no, I'm not trying to sell you right now. This is a big, we gotta think about all this stuff. What I'm saying though is, if we do it right, we can have this. We can avoid winter time for a year.
And beware.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think, if anything, I think we spend the beginning of fall with my family, and the day after Thanksgiving, we leave Chattanooga and we head towards Florida. It takes 2 weeks to go from, I've done my research, just as you have with your store and all those things that you've done with all that. We can be down in the Gulf in 2 weeks.
From
Chattanooga. So we're moving no matter what.
right.
You want to be moved from Utah.
Yes.
You want to be out of Utah. You want to be gone.
Yes.
So if we move from Utah, we go Chattanooga. Whatever furniture we can give our kids our furniture, and then we can store up the stuff that you want to store up,
Right.
and then we can get the boat, load up on that the day after Thanksgiving, and just leave.
Something to think about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think there's a couple other things we can do because we want to help some people. We can wrap our brains around that and figure that one out because we want to help people.
Right.
You're not against it.
I'm not against it, but we'll discuss it.
What's to discuss?
I'm not gonna say yes right now.
Why so bitter?
I'm not gonna say okay.
I didn't say
right
good.
now.
I'm just kind of curious what to discuss. We figure
I'm
out the
gonna
finances.
research it.
Figure out the finances.
Well, I'm also gonna research it.
You don't have to be mad.
I'm not, but I'm gonna research it.
That's fine. And if this the thing is, this may not be the right one, there could be another one. Okay? Just thought. Alright.
The scariest part of choosing isn't the fear of what's ahead. It's knowing that sooner or later, you have to say goodbye to the path you didn't take.
What's waiting out there ahead of me? Ain't no answers set in stone. Just a traveler never walking alone.